Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Man-O-War Assault Squad 2, where the crossing of the River Don in 1942 is about to take place. German forces pushing deeper and capturing more territory of the Soviet Union. Today, German veteran forces are going to be capturing some boats and heading across the river in order to capture some trenches so combat engineers can build a pontoon bridge and German armor can advance. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click or tap that like button. It is more important than ever to support this type of content because it's being suppressed on YouTube. It's historical content of World War II nature, and so thus they don't like it. It's scary, that type of thing. So make sure in order to appease the algorithm, you all do your part in supporting it. Even if you don't, if this doesn't interest you or whatnot, variety on YouTube is a good thing. Otherwise, it's going to be nothing but Fortnite Ninja Kill compilations and cat videos, so let them know you want to see more. Alright, we're going to get our troop transports ready to go and tanks ready to go as well. We have a pontoon bridge that's about to be built, but we're getting our tanks ready to kind of cross the bridge whenever the pontoon bridge is built. And, of course, the Soviets are not going to like that, and they're going to counterattack right away. So we need to make sure all of our troops are in the boats and ready to go. So we got all these boats here almost loaded up with German troops. As soon as we're full, we'll send them across and see if we can start whipping the Soviets' butt on that side. We also have troops here ready to support their crossing, so that way they can provide cover as they get across to this side, push towards the trenches here, and then we should be able to make our pontoon bridge. I believe this is our next objective here. Final objective being a farm that's been rather damaged up here. I think it's just derelict or something like that, so there's really no combat that went on there yet. But it's just the old farm that we got to cross the pontoon in order to get there. All right, so let's see. Looks like all boats are ready to go. Let's swim across the other side. We'll row our boat merrily. Life is but a dream, I guess. However that goes. We'll get over to this side. There we are. And, oh boy, looks like everybody's having some real trouble driving their boat today. Let's see if we can, oh boy. The magic of Man-O-War AI. Of course, these boats should be able to turn 360, but I think since it's like a vehicle, it actually has to, oh boy, this is going to be a nightmare. Oh boy. Actually, it looks like all of our boats are kind of goofed now. Alright, we'll get across here in just a second. Let's see if we can do this. We just got to get a boat free. Possibly throw a grenade at that dock, though I don't know if it's going to blow it up or not. Our troops could also just swim across, but it looks like they're all bunched up on each other now. Oh boy. Alright, well, there you go. There's our, I guess, our technical disadvantage for the Germans. I wonder if we could just swim to the other side. Let's just do that. Alright, well, I was going to do Washington crosses the Delaware and make it all epic, but I guess sometimes you just got to, you know, no battle plan survives contact with the enemy. So let's go ahead and just get out of the boats, boys, and we'll go across the old-fashioned way. You should be able to use the boats to get across, but it looks like they're just kind of stuck on each other and also the dock, so that's okay. Watch now, they'll move, no problem. No? Okay. Alright, doesn't matter. Our troops can get across by just swimming, too. It's not that great of a distance, so we'll just pretend that we got across in those boats. So good job, boys. Everybody crossed without getting wet. Good job. Perfect. Excellent. First try, no problems whatsoever. We do have a Nebelwerfer that we can call in. That's going to be useful. Let's call one of those in. Very inaccurate, but very useful, I guess, to hit trenches and whatnot. Also call up another group of Panzer Grenadiers so we can cross this pontoon bridge without delay. I'm also trying to refrain purposely from capturing any sort of Soviet equipment. If anybody was mentioning in our previous episode to capture some Soviet stuff, we've been kind of avoiding that on purpose. So those 3 boats, we'll just pretend like we brought 3 squads across in boats. I think they'd be able to fit or hang on to the side or something like that. So we'll just send 3 squads across to capture our objective there. And we'll hit it with the Nebelwerfer first, which should be coming in very shortly. Actually, let me see. Oh, it does come with a truck. Perfect. All right, so let's get that up to the front line. And let's see here. Oh boy, everything's getting stuck on trees and whatnot. There we go. All right, I think the only reason the Germans lost the Second World War II was just based off of AI. Their AI was getting stuck in trees and things like that all the time, and not able to cross rivers. But okay, it doesn't matter too much. Luckily, our troops are across, and we can still continue. Technically, what you are supposed to do, I wonder if I think a cutscene might play or something, and your troops get teleported to the other side. But you can also just boat across or swim, like we did too. Okay, so we've got troops here ready to defend if the Soviets try to outflank our attack on the trench. So let's go ahead and get our troops ready to move up to the first Soviet trench there, and we'll hit it with the Nebelwerfer as soon as we can. And it looks like that truck has probably arrived. It has, so let's get these troops here ready to move across. And we'll set up the Nebelwerfer here where there's a little bit of a clearing. Nebelwerfer in German means smoke thrower, so not only can it throw smoke, but it also can throw some pretty big explosives over to the Soviet side as well. It's got a 150 millimeter times, I believe, 5, and then there's also a 6 and a 2 different 6 variants. There's a 42, which I believe fires some almost napalm-like rounds. The closer we are, the more accurate it will be, so let's kind of sneak up there and fire on the Soviets without them noticing. And we'll try to slink away. Alright, we're going to prepare for our attack. 2 veteran squads are ready to go into the attack, and a regular squad is ready to support, so that way the Soviets don't bring a tank over or something like that. They'll have to face our infantry before they attack our veterans who are on the offensive. So we'll get a few of these guys ready to go and defend, just in case a Soviet straggler happens to swim across the river or whatnot. We pretty much cleared out everything on this side of the river, so we are good to go across. And I think we should have had a Tiger in this mission. I know there's a... I specifically remember attacking that school with a Tiger tank and it kind of busting open. There's even a Tiger tank in the loading screen for this mission. So at this point, obviously, in the war, the Germans already have access to the Tiger tank, and it is being used. But I guess we'll see it in action a little bit later. All right, the Nebelwerfer is ready. So we'll go ahead and launch our attack by firing some rockets. Once our troops take the first trench, it should be easy to clear out the second one. So let's get ready to go. No sight on enemy troops, but obviously they're occupying. Nebelwerfer firing. Oh, nice. Okay, a couple of good hits around the trench. That softened them up. Let's get our troops up there. Should be able to fire again in a little bit. That'll reload and should be able to fire again in a few minutes. Alright, we'll cover the second squad as they make their advance. Looks like just some Soviets laying in the water. Oh, I hear Soviet mortar firing. Looks like it's landing near our troops. Okay, inside, go. The German veterans also receiving better equipment, like the Gewehr 41 and the MG 42 early. Looks like there is a Soviet AT gun around here somewhere. I can see it on the mini-map. There it is. Okay, we're going to have our second group come up now. See if we can flank behind those buildings and come up behind that trench. And our Nebelwerfer should be able to fire one last time before we attack. Oh boy. I wasn't anticipating multiple AT guns like that. Oh, we gotta fall back. That I can't deal with. AT guns will be the biggest nightmare for our infantry, and we don't have a medic on this side. So we'll say rip to a few of those soldiers. Just need that Nebelwerfer to fire off one last time. Clever, the Soviets have put their mortar inside the trench. Nebelwerfer, by the way, highly inaccurate, but it is good to fire it at least once before the attack. Alright, let's have that squad cover while our attack squad works in. Get those grenades going, boys. Damn those AT guns. Luckily the AT gun is down and the flag is ours. Pontoon bridge should be built shortly. Giant AT guns here are going to have to be cleared. 52Ks are like a 85 millimeter AT gun, or rather anti-aircraft gun. So we're going to have to probably fire the Nebelwerfer at that. Might be a good idea to call in yet another one. Looks like we're a few seconds away from getting it. Ooh, we can also call in a regular artillery gun. But the Soviets are furious. They're now counterattacking with more tanks. Multiple T-34. Actually, a T-34 and a KV-1S. Alright. Let's have our veterans spread out a little bit. Pontoon bridge is already built from the German engineers. Excellent. Let's get those tanks across. Let's go. We'll have the Panzer III support that. And the Nebelwerfer is going to try to hit this position here. Really not the best weapon, but damn, it actually scored a hit. Very good. I don't want another one of those. Never one of those. Perfect. Alright, I don't want to move the Stug any closer. We're going to try to eliminate tanks on that side. Until that second AT gun is confirmed destroyed, we're going to try to get close to it and hit that church again. There we go. Okay. Soviet counterattack across our very own pontoon bridge should be dealt with. We'll just scoot in a little bit closer. We've got them into a nice funnel for attack. Well, I guess the Soviets have the honor of testing our bridge. They're learning about our bridge building technology. There we go. I will push our troops across and make sure we capture everything on the western side of the destroyed bridge. And then we'll push to the east and make sure everything at the church is out of the way. The church is really deadly position for us. They can pop our tanks as they come across, so we still don't have any armor support. And there's an insane amount of Soviet troops on that side of the river. Look at all those troops there. And tanks are advancing as well. Oh my god. Get that Stug rather, loaded up with AP rounds. Alright, pull back a little bit, boys. Our veterans are certainly going to take some losses. We don't have any medics over there. Damn, KV-1S bouncing that shot from the side. Oh, here we go. Oh, a nice hit. I don't know why the Soviets are not facing us, but alright. We'll continue to fire away at that weapon. Let's fire again. Beautiful. Perfect. That must have destroyed that gun. Certainly looks like we hit right there near the sandbag, so that's a position cleared. Alright, German reinforcements should be able to come across. We'll have the Panzer III lead the charge. I think that KV-1's got to be out of the way. It sure is. Can't deal with two Stugs like that. Alright, we'll have the 3 and 4 cross, as well as reinforcements for infantry. Bring those medics across, too. Wow. Well, we have to fight against the Soviet defense and a counterattack at the same time, so a highly increased amount of Soviet troops in the area. The Soviets, of course, will just fill in the same positions over and over again, but we hold our objectives. So we are holding firm and doing what we're supposed to. Let's go ahead and get ready to move those Nebelwerfers to the hill. Excellent. And our defenders up here can cross. Alright, now these markers on the left and right, I'm not sure if these are side objectives or if they're areas where Soviets are receiving reinforcements and they're just off a little bit. They're pretty close to a few roads, but they could be objectives that we need to take in order to advance to the rear. There's nothing under secondary objectives. It seems a little glitched out, but there are indicators on the map, so it might be good for us to attack those positions. And attacking this area is going to be hell. There's those AT guns are really what scares me. They can continue to just pound infantry over and over again. So Nebelwerfers will have to be used to clear areas like that. We also have access to heavy artillery. And the Ju-87s are really not accurate. Kind of almost a waste of points. I would rather have a continuous fire from an artillery gun. So let's get artillery up here to soften the way for our infantry. And we got plenty of points for it, so let's get the tanks ready to cross, and the infantry too. And as for the Stugs, I think they're okay to advance to the right. And let's get the infantry ready to go across too. Alright, well the Soviets have pretty much lost the control that they had over the area. Alright, Panzer III, you're first. And I want to fire on that church area just to make sure that they don't have anything over there. And I believe these trucks might have supplies for our... Oh, they do. They have supply for the Nebelwerfer. So they're valuable to keep around. And where's that other truck? Ah, here it is. Unfortunately, the position at the what looked to be a factory is a little far away. Well, let's try to use a Ju-87 on them. Very inaccurate, probably not going to work. Panzer III has been destroyed, but considering the fact that we've destroyed a countless number of Soviet tanks, I'm not too worried about that. Although it does give us a vehicle to hide behind for future advances. Let's get our troops over here behind cover. Alright, we need to take this fortress. Let's just see the Ju-87 try to hit something. Essentially, when you call this in, you should mark it here or here, doing it right directly on the target. Usually doesn't end up like that, but alright, we've got a hit. Very good. Now let's try to hit that other position. Looks like the Ju-87 is actually damaged. No, it's returning to base. Good. Let's see. We should have... Our artillery gun has arrived. Good. We'll park that over there. I like that position. Nebelwerfers are standing by. Probably good to clear out the light buildings, removing Soviet cover. Don't mess around with that. Just get to cover. I need to move that last AT gun out of the way. So really the most difficult thing to do in these Sir Henkel missions is not to attack defenses, but to counterattack while the enemy is counterattacking. They get some pretty nifty tanks to counterattack with. Looks like the threat at the church has been eliminated, aside from light infantry. I don't really find that to be too much of a concern. Uh-oh. They are firing those damn AT guns again, though. Looks like we do have a T-34 that's wandered into our lines. And is causing a little bit of damage to the Stooks. Wow, why did that one Stook not wake up and turn left? T-34 is still active. Well, there we go. Damn, we dealt with that. Alright, to save the infantry, we have no choice but to attack into this position. Otherwise, they'll just hammer us all day with those damn AT guns. We're pushing a little deeper too quick. There we go. Oh, wow. Just disgusting. Ugh. But it's either lose them now or lose them eventually. One of the two. Alright, let's get a medic up there. We should have our artillery gun ready to go. We're being hit by some sort of tank or AT. Let's swing this gun around. Alright, we need to get a infantry squad up here. Well, now that the AT guns are out of the way. First we got to clear these tanks on the right side. It's all this counterattacking mess. Alright, I did say I wasn't going to use enemy equipment, but this is getting rather annoying. So let's just go for the delete button. Oh, great, now you pissed it off. Oh, wow. They actually destroyed the gun. Look at how quickly that turret turns. We'll get a Stug across there. Alright, not too bad. We've, at most, I expected to lose maybe 2 or 3 infantry squads. I think we've finally lost our first squad in total. Not bad considering that we're just being attacked by tanks all the time. ATs and tanks are a little bit more effective than the Soviet infantry. Dodged it. Wow, that looked like it went right through the tank. Second shot from the Soviet will probably hit, and it sure did. I know that Men of War AI. I sure as hell do. Alright, one of the Stugs down, but as soon as the rest of these tanks are out of the way, it shouldn't be much of a problem anymore. We do have this battle. Alright, we're going to flank to the left. Just knowing Soviet tanks are in the way. Now, if we did have a Tiger tank at this point, which I think we were supposed to get in this mission, these tanks really wouldn't be a problem. We would greatly outrange them with an 88mm gun, and the Soviets wouldn't really be able to get too close. Although dealing with a 57mm from a distance like that ain't easy. This guy is armed with that. Oh, never mind. Alright, we just need to get rid of this Soviet tank, and the day is ours. We can flood in our reinforcements. Let's get ready to bring up more Panzer Grenadiers, which it seems like we're out of. Wow, what the hell? Alright, that man's dead. I think that TNT went off, too. Oh, the Soviets are getting more and more reinforcements. Alright, we gotta get our tanks across. We can't wait anymore. I was trying to be somewhat tactical, but it doesn't look like the Soviets want that to happen, so... And there's a KV-2 that we spotted on the left side. That's probably what the intel was trying to tell us, but it looks like it was a little broken. Luckily, we are taking this position on the side. Well, with a lack of intel, I can't really do much with it. Alright, here we go. Now we're ready to clear them out. We have access to more tanks, too. Heavy tank destroyers such as the Dicker Max. Awesome. Let's bring that up. Now that we hold the left flank, we'll just send all of our forces over there. Looks like most of our troops have made it up there. Just need the reinforcements to reach them. Look at the amount of tanks that they're sending at us. This is incredible. Oh, we've lost a Panzer IV now. I wonder if that's from the KV-2 that fired. Alright, well, we have crossed the river. And this is really where the battle's kicking up now. The Soviets have effectively lost this battle. They don't hold the bridge anymore. They're fighting hard for it, but we got all of our defenses locked down around it. Beautiful. Wow, it's all that counterattacking. KV-2 looks like it was knocked out. Excellent. It's one less thing to worry about. And the Dicker Max should be on its way. I can hear that beast growling. Let's get the troops on the front. TDs are doing a good job. Should be able to repair some of those. Alright, Dicker Max will get here in time. Let's try some more tanks. Stug 3s would be good. Yeah, so I'm not sure what this objective is on the left flank. It doesn't really state. But we can go up there. Stug 3 damaged by another KV-2 out there. That's why we'll use the Dicker Max then to take them out at range. So I think those markers were actually marking KV-2s that were on the left and right flank, now that we've detected them. That KV-2 is out of action now, but we just need to finish it off. Ooh. Look at that. So we had trench upon trench to take care of, 2 KV-2s to take care of, counterattacks to take care of, yet we're still advancing. And despite our losses, we hold areas outside of the bridge. That's amazing. Alright, the Stug will have to figure that out. Alright, let's get the Dicker Max across. Vehicles repaired there, so Stug's back up and running. Good. And infantry should be okay to clear. So I think that's what those markers were indicating, is KV-2s that were hidden on the flanks. So now we can go right for the flag, bypass all the Soviet objectives, see if we can catch them in a pocket, that type of thing. So let's get all of our tank crews together. And let's see if we can... Oh wow, look at all the tanks that are just pushing through. The Soviets are just getting countless KV-1s to do damage with. Now let's actually spin this thing around here. Alright, so the Soviets' objective is clearly to recapture the bridge. Our objective is going to be to bypass all that. Oh my god. Greatest anti-tank, or rather anti-infantry weapon of World War II, of course, the AT gun. Its ability to just constantly pound. Oh, these are just annoyances now. Okay, let's get this squad back up and running. Okay, medics healing those troops up. Wow, that's just horrible. The absolute continuous fire of that gun, that's just annoying. Can I? Oh, there we are. Okay, let's get a Ju-87 to deal with that. Wow, that's just disgusting. In Rob's realism, that's been changed a little bit more, so the guns are a lot slower. They can fire rather quickly and also turn very quickly, too. So an AA gun right there can score like 10 kills in like 2 seconds. Though the PPSHs in that schoolhouse are pretty good, too. Alright, we do need to... Looks like we've gobbled up all of our supplies, too. The Dicker Max is blocking the bridge, so we got everything we need. We just need to get it across the bridge now. Alright, so we got our another squad here ready to go. What the hell is this? Did we just magically receive reinforcements? Ah! Oh well, that's gross. Well, the Ju-87 did destroy that gun. Look at how many troops that thing was able to destroy. These are areas for reinforcement, so we were able to capture this. So it wasn't about the KV-2, it was about... I think I remember seeing that before. If we capture that, we receive reinforcements, but just a disgusting amount of anti-aircraft fire and mortars and stuff coming in. I think in order to end this, we just got to go for the objective. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bunch of nightmarish AT ambushes. So we'll try to grab this position here and go straight for the farmhouse. Anybody and everybody who can fight, we'll just bring them up. It's all good. We just need infantry now that we've got the main road covered. Yeah, we're just out of ammunition. Alright. So the most annoying thing is that the Soviets are going to continue to receive things like the KV-2s and such. And T-34-57s is everything like that's going to continue attacking, so it's going to be a little bit of an annoying attack. Let's make sure we zap that KV-2 once and for all. So if we capture the other side, we get surprise reinforcements, but the Soviets can take them out at any time. Nice! KV-1 or KV-2 somehow deflected the shell, but it was such a heavy hit that it removed them. Look at that, that building is on fire. Germans are just dumping rounds into it, but no can do. Alright, well, actually our initial veteran squad seemed to have made it through. So let's just rush the position. Oh god, another death machine on the hill. In order to conserve our forces, we have to attack, and we have to do a brutal attack. If I don't do this, those continuous tanks are going to keep coming over and over and over again. And that's what's going to be the end of us. Let's see if we can... Oh, wow. This vehicle's been damaged. Lots of T-34s are going to continue their attack. Wow, look at that. We've got just a huge amount of forces here. Dicker Max and multiple AT guns, and it's just not enough to stop them. The Soviets are even driving on their own flag. Wow. Okay, let's try to use some more of that artillery. I think we might be able to fire it up here. Well, looks like it's a little too far. Oh, we got a nightmare on wheels there. 3 minutes for that AA gun to be around. Finally, that tank's destroyed. Alright, so in order to basically have ourselves a GG, we just gotta flood all of our troops into the left flank, otherwise we'll never make it. Fighting against constant waves of Soviets, it really just takes one of their tanks to destroy all of ours, you know, if our tanks can't return fire. I need to get some supplies up here too, but we're not really able to do it. I'm gonna bring up the rest of the half-tracks to guard. We're doing rather well. The only pain here is all that Soviet reinforcement. Yet another tank. And another AT gun. Wow. Those are the only things we need out of the way. Go ahead and fire off the Nebelwerfers again. I think if we had a Tiger tank, it probably would have been destroyed by now too with a lucky shot from a KV-2. I'm more than certain that probably would have happened. Looks like there's some enemy supplies there we can capture. But that's a little too far out of range. So yeah, if we capture this position, we get some reinforcements. That's kind of nice, though. A good feature. And I think these vehicles might be able to be restored or restocked. If not, we've been able to defend the bridgehead really good. Alright, look at all those troops we got through. Our troops really did a good job in breaking through. Nice job. So we're basically like behind enemy lines now. The Soviets will, if we get behind them, they will retreat and they will abandon their positions. So let's wait the minute and whatnot until the tank is available, or rather the aircraft is available. And artillery guns got to get a little closer. I do not remember this mission being so hectic. I remember there always being a big battle for the other side of the river as we initially crossed it, but I don't remember the Soviets being so aggressive when it comes to defending in certain areas. Are you kidding me? How are we getting hit by random rounds again? Soviet artillery in the background, that's what it is. Okay, we certainly need a medic up here. GPS-guided rounds will instant-ack and one and done an entire squad. So this is what I mean about attacking, is whether we're in a trench or whether we're behind their lines, the Soviets will still attack. If we drop bombs, we might be able to hit the artillery now, too. So we could hit the artillery and that AT gun at the same time. All right, another infantry squad making their way up. And yet another Soviet tank arriving. 975th Convenient Tank Battalion. Oh, perfect, with their 2 convenient tanks. How convenient. Alright, let's see here. Even if we bring a Stug up there, I don't think it's going to be able to deal with it. And actually, some of our Stugs are out of fuel. At least one of them is. Alright, let's get this other one up here. All we need is one German soldier to break through the line and capture the position, and it's all over for the Soviets. These missions get more and more difficult as you get closer to the Soviet spawn points. Tanks come out frequently, and they don't take as long to get to the front line. So no matter what you do, you're constantly dealing with more forces as you advance. More and more and more. That deflected off the wall. That Soviet tank got lucky. Alright. And hopefully that support is ready. Looks like Ju-87 support is available. One more, I think. Or maybe 3 more. Now look at the devastation of one AT gun hit. Look at all that reinforcement. It is incredible. That's why you need to like get ready to pry and go right straight in. So now we're facing off against a KV-1 artillery gun, T-34 and AT gun. All we need is one person to get through. And of course, the longer you take to do this, you're just going to face off more and more tanks. So even if you try to build up your own force, it still takes a very long time. And our tank here not returning fire, not switching to AP rounds, not targeting the enemy tank. Totally capable of taking out this KV-1S. Alright, JU-87 is ready. Oh, never mind. Looks like the tank took too long and then got deleted. Wow, this is amazing to see the everything kind of change. This battle should be over. The Soviets are just receiving way too much reinforcements that are just one-and-doneing. Tank driving by, turning and just firing at a convenient shot on our vehicles, that type of thing. This is certainly not impossible, but you do need to time it so that way your attacks are on the back end of their reinforcements. JU-87's on the way. If we can destroy that artillery gun, we might be able to attack here. Yeah, but 978th Convenient Division. Okay, we might be able to attack. Let's see if we can end this garbage. Nope, looks like there's another T-34-76, which should be able to turn and burn on our troops. So he'll be able to turn his gun, unless the artillery can turn quickly and get us too. Essentially, we just got to go for that flag. Leave this guy here to attract attention. And everybody else better haul ass. We got the attention of that tank now. Did you see that? That artillery gun fired, and that shell curved and exploded here. That gun is pointed that direction. The shell actually slowed down and was able to curve into our troops. Crazy. Constant fire from a T-34. Another wave of reinforcements from the Soviets, it sounds like. Okay, it's actually just one tank now coming over to deal with everything. We have another squad ready to go. We'll try it again. Oh, never mind. The tank is actually just blocking our position. Alright, so we need to be within that circle. Soviet tank knows exactly where we are. It's going to try to do an instack one and done. No, no, no. Lay down, lay down. Alright, wow, now we're out of ammunition. Apparently this soldier can't be harmed somehow. Alright, let's try one more time. This is actually amazing. I can't believe the amount of annoyance here. The mission should be over, but the Soviets continuously receiving reinforcements and getting the one-and-done shot. He shot his own tank with it. Look at that. He actually killed his own tank! That Soviet tank fired into the KV-1S and destroyed it. Wow. That's amazing. Alright, if we can bring these dudes up to take that tank out, it'll all be worth it. This has been hilarious. I'm actually going to try to grab the TNT out of this tank for reinforcement. Or rather, anti-tank duties. Go ahead and drop a couple of grenades on that artillery gun. So yes, our attack previously with all of our vehicles and everything like that was completely successful. The only thing we couldn't account for is just the constant Soviet reinforcement. Obviously they got that, but man, it was excessive. Just need to clear them out of the farm now, and we're good to go. Ignore all their front lines, ignore the reinforcements, and just make a beeline. Wow, that's crazy. Soviets right there, nobody wanted to engage them. Awesome, genius AI. Perfect. At this point, it's just best to spam and go in there. All right, everyone just lay down, lay down. Another wave of Soviet reinforcements. We could not bring in tanks fast enough. I think we were supposed to have a Tiger tank here. Maybe not, but the Tiger tank at least would have been helpful of taking this position and then using the position to... oh, there we go. Looks like the Soviets are retreating now. We outsmarted them. They're done. All of them are bailing. Fantastic. Excellent job. All right, everyone. Well, that was a bit of a headache, I must say. Like, the last 10 minutes, we're just kind of trying to double down on a tactic that we knew was going to work. But anyway, I'll see you all next time. If you want to see more, make sure you support it. Remember, if you don't, YouTube will suppress. So I'll see you all for more sometime soon. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.